Hey guys, it's Derek here from Pacific Coast Auto in Japan, and we're looking at a 1996 Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. This one here with just 115,000 original kilometers on it. Excellent condition inside and out, very clean interior, a very nice condition exterior. This one definitely is one that doesn't require very much maintenance or anything before it's ready to go off to its new home. So yep, this one was bought from auction here in Japan. It's going to be exported over to the USA under the 25-year rule. And everyone loves a Toyota truck, especially these ones that you guys never got in North America. So you did get the Land Cruiser, you didn't get the Land Cruiser Prado, which is kind of a softer road version. But as far as soft roaders go, still very capable with four-wheel drive. It's full-time four-wheel drive with a locking centered differential and a low ratio transfer case as well, if you want to use that. I'm just checking in here. We just had a number of them that had the optional rear differential. Yeah, tried to kill that mosquito and succeeded. This one doesn't have the optional rear differential, which is a rear locker for the rear differential. Of course it has a rear differential. Okay, so it's a 3-liter turbo diesel, which is fantastic. This is called the 1KZ engine. It is all of them are turbos. They put out around 130 horsepower, 140, I think, for the intercooled one. Check the title screen because that'll have the actual, not in my memory version, but the internet version of the power. And although it sounds like a low amount of power, it feels great to drive. I think the engine is well suited to it. A lot of people know that diesel engines put out low amount of power, but high amount of torque, and then the torque makes up for it. Okay, let's close the hood here. And we'll start the video by talking about the auction inspection sheet. This is all the information given to us from the auction. This is a grade 4. A TX is the grade for it. Interior C, exterior B. Okay, 346 kilometers, automatic transmission on this. They are available with manual, but they're fairly rare. The sales points are first time at auction. I think it might be a one owner. The seller isn't claiming it, but it is in really good condition. And it's the first time it's ever been at auction. And most cars here in Japan, it's not like outside of Japan. When a dealer gets a car for a trade-in, they usually also don't do used cars because of space issues here in Japan. And so it just goes right off to auction as soon as the vehicle's been traded in. If it's the first time it's ever been to auction, there's some chance that it is the original owner owned it from new until 25 years and then sent it off to auction. So 25-year, one owner vehicle, very rare. Roof rails, they're just the factory ones. Sunroof and toll collection box for Japanese highways. You just put a card into the box and then it'll charge your credit card. The report here says underside surface rust, and I'm just going to show you this because on something that's 25 years old, you'll get that comment. But as you can see, very clean on the underside. And this is pretty normal for a Japanese vehicle. This one's maybe a little bit cleaner than your average 25-year-old vehicle. But this looks more like a 4-year-old vehicle from Canada, where I come from. And so, yeah, definitely a lot more chassis life left in this one. It says antenna's broken. It's one of those power-up antennas that just never comes up. Steering wheel wear. And I would say the wear on it is only about 20% worn out, so not bad. Shift knob has wear on it, same deal. Seat. Actually, the seat is not that good, and I'll show you when we get to it. Seat wear, medium. Seat is saggy, and seat is dirty. Interior liner is saggy. I'm going to show you this right now. Otherwise, I feel like I might forget because it is a fairly minor thing. These door liners, and this is the case on all 4 of them, but the fabric is not tucked in like it's supposed to. You can see it kind of comes out a little bit because the glue is not set anymore. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. You can just kind of tuck it in like this and then it doesn't look that bad. The one on the other side, and I guess I might as well show you this, is the worst one. Right here. You can see it here. It's kind of gotten bunchy there and here. Again, you can probably spray glue and tuck it in. So, not the worst thing in the world, definitely. Let's go back to the sheet because we're almost done that. Okay, roof has glue marks. I actually did not check the roof glue marks. That's oh, I see. Not glue marks, but something has been glued on, which are antenna carriers. There's one here, and there's one on the other side. So that kind of antenna used to let you watch TV inside the car, and now it's changed to a full digital signal, so it doesn't need those huge antennas, and they'll just put something small like this into it. But you used to have to put like these tall antennas that are like, I don't know, 45 centimeters long. Actually, we have a car with it at the moment, and this is kind of a rare sight, but cars like from the year 2000, this one's a little bit broken, until like the year 2008 or so, you'd put these on your car, and there's another one on the other side, and you'd be able to watch TV. So kind of a weird Japanesey thing. Cool, but definitely not usable anymore. So most of them have been taken off of the car by now, hence why that one left the little carriers for it. This one hasn't had it taken off, which you'll still sometimes see on something like a Celsior, because Grandpa doesn't want to do anything with his car. He's just ready to relax and enjoy the later years in his life. Okay, and tinted windows, it says the car has, which are the factory ones, I believe. It says windshield rock chip here. Rock chips are all really minor. Nothing I would worry about too much. I think I see it over there. Right. Oh, where did it go? Here. That's a rock chip. And I couldn't look at the screen, so I don't know if it focused there. I hope it did. And then it says P1 and P2, which I don't know what they're talking about. P1 and P2 is paint damage. Couldn't find any paint damage on this side. Oh, now I do. Okay. This line here, do you see it? This is hard water marks that damages the paint. You can't wash that off, even though it looks like you should be able to. So that would be the P2 or the P1. And now that I look at it even closer, it has that all over both of these doors and a little bit on this fender. So I didn't realize until now, because it really depends on the lighting for this kind of thing. It creates what looks like swirly scratches, but it's actually a type of paint fade. And you'll find it strangely on Toyotas and Mercedes-Benz do it the most. I've also seen it on, oh geez, mostly Toyota and Mercedes-Benz. If it does happen on another car, then I can't recall it at the moment. But yeah, both those doors need to be painted again to fix it. But as you can see, it doesn't stand out an awful lot. But I would consider that probably the biggest problem with this car. Okay, and now they do say A1 in a few places here. I think that they were maybe a little bit not careful enough with the inspection, because there are some bigger scratches. I will show you those when we're doing the exterior, which will start now. So we'll do a tour first, 360 tour. Headlights on this and the fog lights have been changed over to a late model headlight and aftermarket fog lights to give it a more modern or like a bright front end. Sometimes the headlights tend to fade. And the original ones have fluting in them so that you can, I don't have a good example of fluting headlights, but like on an MR2, right? It'll have a non-clear lens because it'll have those little lines in it. So the original ones have that too. The later model ones don't. So this one's been converted over to a later model headlight. Let's go for a tour. So Land Cruiser Prado. If you haven't had a chance to drive one of these, you really should. It will make you happy. And not in a regular happy kind of way, in a Toyota truck kind of way. But you do have to be a little bit careful, because once you experience it, it's going to ruin all of the trucks for you. You're going to be like, oh, well, this one, well, I don't like the seats as much as the Toyota, or I don't like the engine as much, or maybe you won't even know why, but you're going to get sucked into the Toyota truck lovers circles, and you'll never be able to get out. Now, there are some other great trucks, it's true, but Toyota has a way of keeping people in the same way that Jeep does. Once you've had that Toyota truck, you want to have more, and then more. And it's funny because they don't ever die. So you end up selling one, and then you're like, oh, I shouldn't have sold that. I loved it so much. A lot of people have a story of that car that they sold that they didn't want to. I know I do. Okay, so on to details. So this is a factory option bush bar. and it's usable. It's actually quite thick metal. It's attached right to the frame, not onto the bumper. You can tow stuff off of it. But potentially you could. You probably want to use the tow hook instead, or if you're going to tow a lot, put a dedicated hook onto it. It comes with some fog lights, but the fog lights have been taken off, and they actually exist inside the car, the fog lights. So if you really wanted them to be put on, we can put them back on for you before the car ships. Let us know. A little bit of fade on the grill here, and a little bit down here. Not too bad. The hood is pretty good. I didn't see anything that really stood out. Maybe a few minor rock chips and whatnot. The corner mirror. This is a mirror that helps you. It's got 2 points, or 2 little mirrors in it, and that shows you how far your side is from other things and how far the front is from other things. Very useful. We pack the cars really tight in the lot here, and having that front one means I don't have to get out, see how far I am away, and then inch up to be a couple centimeters away from that car. I can view it all through this mirror and through the ones on the back. This one doesn't have a back mirror, but a lot of these Japanese 4x4s will have a little mirror here that does the same thing for the back end. Okay, so here's the scratches that I was talking about. This one here kind of qualifies as an A1, but this one over here is definitely an A2 here. And I hear something coming. Oh, are they delivering a car to us? I hope not. It's Saturday today. They shouldn't deliver cars on Saturday. And then more scratch there. So this, something that should have been mentioned on the auction sheet, unfortunately. Okay. Side decals have some damage in them. Very common for 25-year-old side decal to not get along very well with weather over the course of 25 years. Konnichiwa. And I was going to point something out. Oh, the little scuff on the edge of the door there. こちらでお願いします. I guess he's going to drop us off a car. Wonder what we're getting. Scratches here. We got no notification of that. If, like, he could have just been sitting here because it's Saturday and then call the office. Of course, we do have people working in the office on a Saturday, but they aren't supposed to be coming down here for drop-offs and pickups. Some sort of scheduling issue. Okay, so this side here, not as bad of cracking in the decal, but there is some. And then we got some glorious mountains or desert peaks. I don't know which one it is. Maybe desert peaks. Cool though. And as you can see, there is some cracking and whatnot. Now I'm not pointing out any dents because there really aren't any dents on it, which is fantastic. Take a look. And this side has a little bit of that paint issue. Again, you could probably find somebody who wants to buy the car considering the paint. Most people who are buying a 25-year-old car don't expect the paint to be immaculate. And this one, in terms of scratches and dents, is pretty clean anyway. It has a stock exhaust. It makes a weird whistling sound out of the exhaust. I'm not sure what it is. Another companion video that comes along with this video will show you that if you are interested. If you're the owner of the car. If you're just watching this on YouTube, then you only get to see this one video, not the other 4 videos that come along with the set. Okay, I told that guy to put the car over here, and he's like, no, I don't listen to you, and I delivered on Saturday, and I let the car off over there. The people that are down there don't like having cars in front of their house. We have a very set system for how things work around here, and I don't want to get complaints because they tend to call the police on us. Especially these new people that moved in. Because this area, all the houses in this area are over $1 million. And so people who buy a house, and I get it. You buy a house for that much, you don't want to have people with cars always on the road and whatnot. I understand that I'm annoying. But still, you want the best case scenario, get along with me. And I'll be nice to you. And I'll be nice to you even if you don't get along with me, but you're only hurting yourself by being grumpy and annoyed and calling the police and whatnot. That's my opinion, at least. Okay, on to the back seats here. Oh, you probably saw the floor mat in there was from a Suzuki Carry. It's not meant for this car. The mid-row seats, excellent condition. Looks like they've barely been sat in. Even the seat belt is wrapped up really nicely and put into the seat belt hole. Floor carpet's nice, barely being stepped on by the looks of it. which is really not what you'll usually find with these cars. People who, don't have families to drive around aren't going to be buying these 3 rows. And so you tend to get a dirtier interior than this. This one just happens to be very nicely put together. Oh, and here's the fog lights. And yeah, if you want, we can just bolt those back in for you. So let us know if that's what you want. Otherwise, we'll leave them in the car and they'll get thrown out. I took some pictures of them so you can judge the condition. Not much else to say there. Here's the headliner. It's fairly clean. Don't think the car's ever been smoked in. Oh, we're getting a GTR. Huh. Well, that's nice of them. I like having a GTR. That's 2 of them we have right now. A 33 and a 32 GTR. Oh, that one's not a GTR. GTRs, not a lot of them recently. Since the price went up, everyone's like, ugh. Okay, door card here. Pretty good. Seats. I promised that I would mention about the wear in the seats. So here's just an overview of what they look like, and all the wear is on this driver's seat only. Okay, so no rips, no cigarette burns, but we do have some sag in this section here. You can see. And we got some sag here, which is a weird location to get fabric sag. And then we have some here, again, weird location. It was probably a hefty man or hefty woman that drove this car. Okay, steering wheel, barely any wear. Carpet, barely anywhere, but saggy seat. Okay, here's the lever for shifting. It is a little bit shaky. I've seen this on a lot of these. It still works completely fine, but it's a little bit shaky, a little bit annoying. I'd want that fixed if it were my car. Four-wheel drive with a locked central differential, and four-wheel drive low gear ratio with a locked center differential. Fairly clean and nice in here. Nothing really tells me ew, like many of these Prados. It is a wholesale way to buy. We have to keep repeating that because a lot of people kind of want to buy it like a retail purchase, but you usually have to put in the elbow grease in the vehicle to make it like what a dealer would usually sell it as. That's part of the reason why dealers are charging you $3,000 more for your same car. Because they clean it up, make it look like a nice car. As you can see, that seat in good condition, the carpet over there, good condition. This field gauge is awesome. It shows you, it has like a timer, a 12-hour timer, and a little graph here. And you can set different things, like your temperature, or your altitude, or your speed, and it'll show you what it has been over the last 12 hours. So let's just put the key in and experience this. Oh, this key, notorious for breaking. So this one's probably broken, hence the zip ties on it. So it's currently on temperature. So you can see that's a graph of the temperature over the last 12 hours. Cool, right? And the other ones, like you change the mode here, barometric pressure. There it is. Altitude will have been the same the whole time. Another altitude for different measuring scale. Your speed over the last 12 hours. I don't think the car is driven over the last, it hasn't. And then timer, I guess, you can set the amount of minutes and stuff. And then here's the clinometer, which shows you your pitch and your roll. And then a compass. Okay. Cool. Line Cruisers are cool. Buy one or two and get stuck into the Toyota trap. You'll be buying Toyota trucks for the rest of your life. Not a bad thing, but it is something that will happen. Anyway, that's all we got here. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.